Okay, so get this. Imagine trying to understand complicated fire safety laws.
Oh, yeah.
But instead of like digging through tons of legal documents,
Right.
you could just ask an AI assistant for help,
Like a chatbot or something.
exactly like a chatbot. And that's what we're diving into today.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a prototype app designed for Korean law. And get this,
Yeah.
it's called the Fire Safety Law Chatbot.
Okay.
And it uses some seriously impressive technology to make it all work.
I bet.
Yeah. So tell me what's so fascinating about this app.
Well, one of the most interesting things is that it uses this ontology-driven approach.
Ontology.
Uh,
That's kind of intimidating.
it does sound a bit like science fiction, doesn't it?
Right.
But it's actually really clever once you understand it.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Break it down for me. What does ontology actually mean? Like in this context?
Okay, so think of it like a super detailed blueprint.
Okay.
Like imagine you're building a house. You'd have a blueprint that shows where everything goes. Every room, every wall, every pipe and wire.
Right.
And ontology does the same thing, but for information.
So it's like a map of how all the information is connected.
Exactly.
Okay, that's starting to make more sense.
Good.
So in this case, the chatbot has an ontology of the entire Korean fire safety basic law,
Right.
which means
It knows how all the different chapters and articles and paragraphs all relate to each other.
it's like a super organized, searchable index of the whole law.
You got it.
Okay, so we've got this incredibly detailed map of law, this ontology. But how does the chatbot actually understand what someone is asking?
Well, that's where the AI magic comes in.
Okay, tell me more.
The chatbot also uses something called vector search.
Vector search.
Yeah, and it's basically a fancy way of saying it can understand the meaning behind your words.
So it's not just looking for keywords.
Not just keywords, no. It's looking for the meaning, the context.
So if I ask about fire extinguisher rules versus
Yeah.
what kind of extinguisher do I need in my kitchen,
Right.
the chatbot can tell the difference.
Exactly. It can pick up on those subtle differences.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so powerful.
So it can give you the most relevant information.
Precisely. It's like having a legal expert
Right.
who can actually understand what you're looking for.
This is blowing my mind.
It's pretty cool technology.
It really is. It's like they've taken this massive, complex law
Right.
and made it totally user-friendly.
Exactly. And that user-friendliness is a key part of what makes this prototype so exciting.
That makes sense.
The creators wanted to make sure that anyone, even without a legal background, could easily understand the information.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a really promising development.
Okay, so we've got this like incredibly organized map of the law, right?
Right.
It's ontology and this super smart search function.
Uh-huh.
What happens when you actually ask the chatbot a question?
Okay, let's say you type in something like, what are the regulations for fire alarms in apartments?
Okay, a good question.
Yeah, so the chatbot receives your question, and then it uses this hybrid search system we've been talking about.
Right.
It combines the ontology and the vector search to pinpoint the exact part of the law
Okay.
that addresses your question.
So it's not just scanning for keywords like fire alarms and apartments.
Nope, it's actually understanding the context.
That's pretty cool.
It's finding the most relevant information, not just any mention of those words.
Okay, so then,
Then the real magic happens.
ooh, I like magic. Tell me more.
So the chatbot takes that complex legal language from the law,
Uh-huh.
and it translates it into something that you and I can easily understand.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah, it provides a clear summary of the rules.
So it doesn't just spit out a bunch of legal jargon.
Not at all. It's designed to be user-friendly.
That makes sense because like,
Yeah,
if people can't understand the information, it's not very helpful.
exactly.
So it's like having a personal legal translator in your pocket.
You got it. And there's even more.
Really? Tell me more.
They've also added a visual component to make things even clearer.
Ooh. I was going to ask you about that. I read something about interactive graphs or something.
You can actually switch between like a chat view and a visualization panel.
Okay.
And this panel shows the structure of the law
Okay.
as a network graph or a tree diagram.
So it's like a visual representation of the ontology.
Exactly. It makes it even easier to see how all the different parts of the law are connected.
That's really clever. It sounds like they've thought of everything to make this information really accessible.
Yeah, they really tried to make it user-friendly.
But is it perfect?
Uh-huh.
Are there any areas where they're looking to improve?
Well, remember, this is just a prototype. There's
Right.
always room for improvement.
Of course.
One of the things they're working on is expanding it to cover more than just the fire safety basic law.
So you could potentially have all sorts of Korean laws accessible through this chatbot.
Exactly. That's the goal.
That's really ambitious.
It is. They're also looking into integrating case law into the system.
Case law. Remind me what that is again.
Oh, case law is basically how the law has been applied in real-world court decisions.
Well, right. So the chatbot could actually show how the fire safety law has been used in court cases.
That's right.
Oh, wow. So it's like taking the law from the books and showing you how it actually works in practice.
Exactly. It would add like another layer of understanding.
That's really cool. And I imagine they're constantly refining AI as well.
Oh, yeah. They're always working to make it even better at understanding those complex questions.
It sounds like the future of this technology is really bright.
It really is.
This fire safety law chatbot is just a glimpse of what's possible.
I think so, too.
What other areas do you think could benefit from this kind of technology?
The possibilities are endless, really.
Give me some examples.
Well, imagine having a chatbot that could help you understand tax law
Oh, yeah.
or environmental regulations or even contract law.
That would be amazing.
Right. Any area where there's complex legal information that needs to be accessible could benefit from this kind of technology.
It's like taking something that's traditionally been really intimidating and making it understandable for everyone.
Exactly. And that's really exciting.
Yeah, it really makes you think, like, what kind of impact this could have on how people interact with the law in general.
It's fascinating to think about, right?
Yeah, like, what if everyone had this easy access to legal information?
Oh, it could be huge.
Like, level the playing field a
But
bit.
totally, giving individuals and small businesses
Right.
the same kind of legal resources as big corporations.
It's like democratizing legal knowledge in a way,
Exactly.
empowering people to actually understand their rights and responsibilities.
And it's not just about the knowledge itself.
Yeah.
It's about efficiency, too.
Like, how so?
Imagine resolving disputes more quickly and more fairly
Uh-huh.
because everyone involved actually understands the law.
Yeah, that makes sense. It takes away some of the mystery and intimidation that
Absolutely.
often surrounds legal stuff.
This fire safety law chatbot,
Yeah. It's a fantastic example of what happens when you combine, like, cutting-edge technology
Right.
with a real-world need.
definitely a sign of things to come, I
I
think.
think so, too.
Well, that about wraps up our deep dive into the world of the fire safety law chatbot.
It was a good one.
It really is an incredible example of how AI can make complex information
Yeah.
not only accessible, but also kind of exciting.
For sure, it's really a testament to human ingenuity, right?
Absolutely.
And our desire to solve problems.
So as we all go about our day, we'll leave you with this thought. Imagine a world
Okay.
where understanding any law is as easy as just asking a question.
Wow, that would be something.
What kind of world could we create?
A lot of possibilities there.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.